Yeah, it's exciting. It's a blessing. I feel like I haven't worn a USA jersey in quite some time, so honestly for me it's an honor. I'm just super excited to go out there and play.
Was there any, just like with the grueling schedule that you guys had and then having to do the, tournament in Berlin, just like staying healthy and all that, like how are you looking at approaching that time and making sure, physically, mentally,
Yeah.
you're all good?
I think it's just going to be recovery is going to be big, especially travel and obviously with the game schedule, just making sure I'm doing everything that I can to recover quickly and the best that I can. So, take it day by day and see how it goes.
Maybe the other day, Chris DeMarco, the Liberty coach, was talking about y'all's connectivity on defense and how that's kind of evolved over time.
Yeah.
How have you seen that grow and sort of progress over the season?
Yeah, I think it's gotten better game by game. I think we still have some times where we kind of go on little lapses of not doing what we're supposed to be doing or being in the right spots, but I think that's just kind of just the ebbs and flow of a basketball game. But I think for the most part, we have really been where we needed to be. We've been in the positions, we've been aggressive, we've been active, and that's really all that we can do and just continue to force teams into taking tough shots.
How much of that is improvement from earlier in the year?
Yeah.
Would you say it's a lot, a little?
I think it's been great improvement, honestly. I think, we come in here and we drill it a lot, just making sure that we're in our right spots based on teams and what we expect them to do. So I think, honestly, as we continue to work on it, it's just going to continue to get better. But obviously from the start of the season, it's been a drastic improvement.
AB, I'm not sure how much more you can say, but when you see Kelsey, who's already one of the best scorers in the world, get to this level, what does that say about her work ethic and the way she's playing?
Yeah, Kelsey comes in here and she works every day. She gets up extra shots. She just comes in and does what she needs to do. And I think, honestly, she's really just the MVP. I think that's just what she's been doing. Every single night you see her come out and she drops, I don't even know how many points at this rate. She defends her butt off, and then we just come out here and we play. She does exactly what she needs to do, so I'm really proud of her.
Aliyah, after the last game, Kaylin and Sophie said they really wanted to win for Steph. Kaylin even said it made her sick to hear the booze before the game.
Yeah.
What were your emotions like as a face all that?
Yeah, the same way, honestly. I think when you are on your home floor and your team's getting announced and the coach is getting announced, I feel like there's no reason for any of that. We come out here and we do everything that we can to win, and I think Steph does a great job with us. We love her and we appreciate her, and so to hear that, it was really annoying, honestly, and disrespectful, but for us, we kept the main thing, and we said we're going to come out here and we're going to get that dub.
You guys talked about at times how outside noise makes you closer as
Yeah.
a group. What role has Steph played in that?
Yeah, even from the beginning of the season, she just talked about closing the fist. Through everything, no matter what, no matter the background noise, just close the fist, continue to stay together, and that's really our approach every single day we step on that floor, and even when we're in practice too. So, that's just the example that we have, and so we just love Steph and we appreciate her.
The Dallas matchup was so long ago. As you prepared,
I know.
Is there anything
crazy.
relevant there? Do you feel like too much has changed?
I think we both change in different ways, but I think it's always going to come down to just personnel defense, knowing what tendencies players have. Obviously they have great scorers, and so for us, going to make sure that we guard our yard, make sure that we're pulled over in help side, but also knowing that we got to play at our pace. I think we've been playing at a tremendous pace, putting up great numbers, make sure that we're defending, but keeping that same intensity.
AB, obviously KK stepping in the starting role for you guys. What has impressed you just about her approach and how she's handled it?
Yeah, I'm so proud of KK, really. I think she has worked so hard coming in, and obviously now being in that starting spot. I think just what she brings, her length, her athleticism, being able to guard 1 through 5, I think she makes teams have to second guess. They're going up for normal shots, and now you have a wingspan of, I don't even know what KK's is, and her athleticism, it's like, whoa, she changes people's shots so much, and I think with them being able to miss certain shots, especially at the rim, being able to push that pace, it just helps us. But I think KK's just been doing a tremendous job.
What kind of growth have you seen from her on the offensive end as well? Even in the Chicago game, she came out and probably had 2 or 3 assists to start the game.
Yeah, I think just her reading the floor. KK's making her 90 cuts, her 45, she's rebounding, but also she knows where everyone else is going to be, and I think that is just super underrated, especially as a post player, to come in and do what she does, and so I'm super proud of her. I think she's just been doing a tremendous job, and it's so fun to play with her.
Yeah, I just was aware of the streaks and the numbers a little bit on TV the other day. So this is kind of new for me, but try to keep the main thing, man, for real. Sophie just asked me, she was like, I was like, I don't know. I just, you just show up, you play, you try to do the right thing, and you just let it flow. And that's a genuine response, man, because I can't tell you any other way,
Does it feel like to you that you've reached another level of scoring?
Yeah, I think the craziest part for me is I feel like there's another gear that I could tap into. And that's just where my standard is. There's so much more film to watch and so much more work to kind of put in, but I take pride in how I get my work done and how I get to my spots on the floor. And so a lot of the success I've had this year was just really taking that focus serious about making sure I find my spots on the floor and be confident in them.
This offense is on track to be the most high-scoring offense in the entire, history of the WNBA.
Yeah.
What do you feel like as a unit you guys have been able to accomplish together?
I think the ability to see the next person be great is it's like floating in our locker room in a lot of positive ways. I think that if there's somebody with a hot hand, you want to make sure they get the ball all the way to the point where if there's a mismatch, you want to make sure we evaluate that mismatch. And I think that we've been having a lot of experience throughout the course of this year to kind of learn those things. And I think that we only get better. And I think that our chemistry and our ability to want to gel is real. I don't think that's a fake, and I think that that's why we have some success lately.
Kelsey, what has Steph meant to this group and her the other night?
Yeah, it kind of threw me for a loop too. I told her to her face, I said, Coach, this is for you. In terms of just a sense of confidence, a sense of awareness of that you're not alone. And if anybody know me, it's like I don't play that. So it's like it really hurt my feelings to see her kind of have emotions in terms of not feeling valued and not feeling wanted in a place where she has to coach. At the end of the day, this is her job, and so she has to show up too, and I think that people don't really recognize that, and I think that it's our job to remind her. It's our cultures. It's our culture, and I think we have to remind her that our culture is not going to let her fall to the wayside, and so I hope she knows that.
You had Gary as an assistant in 2022.
Yeah.
What's it like having him back right now?
I love Klopp. Klopp is like our secret sauce, man. Klopp is seriously, the success that Seattle had in those times was because of people like Klopp, and I think that even though he's silent and just walk around while people really know who he is, he has the brains out this world. Defensively, he just wants us to be great, and I think that everything that he's experienced with Seattle and winning championships, I think that he's actually pointing to us and just in so many weird but original ways. And he's really good at what he does.
He's so quiet, just sits out to the
Yeah,
side.
it's just kind of just seeping throughout the course of the practice, but you'll never really hear him unless he has something to really say to you, and when he does, you listen.
Kelsey, on the defensive side, not talked about as much
Yeah.
as all the scoring, but it seems like you really at times have locked down some of the most elite guards.
Oh, I appreciate
in the league. I guess, how do you feel like you've also made strides?
I think that what I did learn over the course of my years is that defense can fuel a lot of your offensive wants. The things that you want offensively comes from getting defensive stops. And so I just started to take into account, wow, if I could get one more deflection, if I get one more steal, you get a chance to go be you on the offensive side of things. But really and honestly, I'm a competitor. And so when Steph and BJ feels like I can do certain things and I could take certain defensive challenges, I think that they know that I'm not going to turn them down. I also think that my ability to want to play offense also is my ability to want to play defense, and I don't think people know that about me. But that's my job to keep people on notice.
Then what would you credit your conditioning to? Because dove for that loose ball at the foul line the
Yeah.
other night. There was a time where other players were looking gassed.
Yeah.
Break through a double team. So
Yeah.
how are you finding that gear?
Honestly, God. Have Paige prayed up top, that's what I do. But I really do take my conditioning serious. It's one of those things that as a guard, it's your only bread and butter that you can rely on. I'm not tall. I don't have a lot of length, and so really my speed and my ability to kind of be in more condition than others is really my separator. It's the one thing I have to rely on.
Kelsey, you have moments in games where you might not have the best play, and the next player will do something crazy good. Mm-hmm. How do you just continue to have this mentality of maybe that play ain't gonna stick with me? Did you always have that as a youngin'?
No. I think that was being a pro. I think that's something I had to learn. If this was 3 or 4 years ago, I probably would have, collectively had 4 or 5 bad plays in a row. And I just think that over time we just try to figure out ways to move on. And that's where my mindset of my career is right now. Just trying to find ways to just keep getting to the next play and giving my best each play.
Kelsey, May 7th against Dallas was a long time ago.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that one, and what can you take away from that one as you get ready?
I just remember the crowd. Obviously, I think that was our first game, so that was really big for all of us. It was a really good game. Knowing who Paige Beckers is and who the players that they have on our roster are really, really great basketball players, and I don't think that's changed. I just think that now that we have a little bit more experience, you can maintain certain fallouts that we have from the first game to now. I like to think that we took that loss serious, but more importantly, over the course of the season, as you grow for the right reasons, and I think and I hope that we can do that and just kind of collectively be where we need to be for Dallas.
Kelsey, you and Caitlin having a historic season as a backcourt duo. The other day on the broadcast, you said your love for one another kind of leads to your chemistry. I guess, is there a point where she went from teammate to friend, a turning point that kind of.
I think it was always like that. I just think that as you kind of like have experiences with each other, you sit on a plane together and you walk on a bus together and you walk in a hotel together, and those interactions are, that they're stepping stones, and you build and you constantly connect. And I think that connection for me and Cece is like, it's genuine. I think that the more and more you get to know who a person is, and you know what they bring to the table, and you don't judge. I think the one thing about Cece and her career is that people have already been judging her, and she's just really getting started. And so my job is to not be that person. If I can pour in different ways, and like I said, I always fill in the gaps for her because of what she does and how she does it, and the eyes and ears of all the people. It's like, it's the only thing that I could do is kind of fill in the gaps and kind of just be a good presence for her.
I feel like this is like you guys are playing the best basketball at this point.
Not really. I want to get all of it, and I think that sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot. And I think that once we stop, doing that, I think that we put ourselves in way better positions, especially in terms of like wanting to close out games. If you got a team on their heels, keep them there. I don't think we, right there, right now, but I think that we're making strides to be there.
Was the other day a step in the right direction when
a little bit?
Within 9, but you guys held
yeah, so I
on?
said I think that there's more. You can go get more. You could be more efficient, more effective as a group to make sure things like that don't happen, or try to minimize it for the most part.